I said, are we on?
I can't hear you. Talking to the mic. Move the mic up.
Let's go, girls.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
I don't even know what we're going to talk about this week. I feel like I haven't watched that much. Or there's
Did you do any homework? Well, we're not there yet. Let's first talk about life. I'm tired. I'm not tired. I'm just kind of like in the moment. I'm just a little stressed. Like we're going away this weekend. Lennon's birthday is tomorrow, and we're having some kids. We're going out tonight. Like there's a lot happening. There's a lot happening, and PTA shit, and jobs, flights,
life.
Things are happening. I guess it's good. Yeah, Mom. I did give you some things to watch, but I guess you didn't do it.
I forgot already.
What's going on in Plainview? Anything happen this week?
No, I just played Rummy Cube a few times.
Oh, yeah, I called you and you're like, I gotta go. Playing Rummy Cube.
Right. But I'm really happy David and Ellen came home.
Oh, thank God.
How was that trip? Great. So it was great.
Okay, good. Now all your Altacacas are with you now.
Well, yeah.
Right? Your Altacacas are back together?
Not everybody's back.
Not everybody's back. All right. Are you ready for Paris? She leaves soon.
I leave Wednesday.
Are you so excited?
I'm nervous. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see.
What's the weather there? Is it cold?
40s.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
I know you
30s.
rather a 90-degree St. Martin situation.
Well, not 80 would be nice.
Do you have your walking shoes ready to go? Are you like going to be sightseeing? Do you know anything you're doing there? Or you're just leaving it to your
it's all
your
booked.
son.
Whatever not my son. No, my daughter-in-law.
Yeah, whatever she decides,
whatever she
you
does,
do.
I just go.
I hope you
with
get
the flow.
to eat and drink some good food.
Well, knowing them, what do you think?
So I hope you say, you know what, I'm going to try some wine because I feel like they must have great wine there.
I would imagine, but
I love a good French dry white.
I was warned.
Or a dry
but
rosé.
I was warned.
Oh boy!
Do not use ketchup. Do not ask for ketchup.
Well, Felicia, that's so American.
Unless.
What?
I am.
Mom, you have to, if you're going to travel, like if we go to Korea, I'm not asking, we're not going to fucking McDonald's. Like you have to try and live in the culture. There's no point to travel.
I'm not having frog's legs. I can
That's
tell
a
you
shame.
that. Definitely
But
not.
like if you're going to have French fries, don't have it with ketchup.
No, she said the only thing you can ask ketchup for is French fries.
Okay.
So, right.
So no, I just think you need to learn how to like White Lotus it. Like, you know what I mean? Like live in the moment, in the
You know what?
the
If I
field.
haven't lived in the moment at this point,
No,
and
but
I'm
you've
very-
used to travel.
and never.
I knew what I wanted to ask you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Why
Day.
do I hate Valentine's Day?
'Cause we
What
both
did
do.
you? No. You raised me. I feel like to hate it. So like, what happened?
Because to me,
what
nothing
happened?
I just think it's a commercial
Money-making, stupid.
Hallmark, and God bless them. They want to make money. Hey, that's fine. I just think it's.
So did
I
you?
am not a mushy hokey person.
Clearly. So did Daddy ever like buy you flowers? Did he ever do anything?
Only when maybe you would remind him.
Really? I don't
Yes.
remember anything.
But Valentine's Day to me was a made-up holiday.
I have a friend whose
It's a
name I
made-up
will not.
holiday.
I have a friend whose name I will not mention, who was like, "Oh, I'm going to buy gifts for the kids." I was like, "What? Why?" Now I'm in this situation because it's hard because Lennon's birthday's then tomorrow,
Right.
So like, I don't want to buy him fucking. Why am I buying him gifts for Valentine's Day? He should be buying me something. It's a love holiday.
Yes. He should buy
so
you something.
she
Even if he makes a card.
But she explained she was raised where her parents
I
got
get
her a gift till she was through college. In college.
That's
Sorry,
just the
she's gonna hate me right now.
Different ways we were
Different ways.
that you
so
were
you
raised.
raised me to just
Who is this?
to hate Hallmark holidays. I feel like in general you raised me to hate holidays.
I just think
Hallmark
it's all-
holidays.
yeah,
like
Hallmark.
Mother's Day, all that stuff.
Ridiculous.
But I do have to say, Casey got me a gift card to my favorite facialist. So thank you, Casey.
Well, yeah, unless you told Daddy, get me something to Frasada. Don't you remember now? Facial, whatever. That's the only time,
I hated it when I was single, and I was like, oh, I don't think it's any
What, do you
better
remember-
when you're not single. I used to call it V-Day for Vagina Day.
Right.
Valentine's Day, no, V-Day is for Vagina Day.
Right. We used to say that. Yes.
And like,
Ridiculous.
it just makes you feel bad when you're single. And I remember in the past, Casey, we would be like, we're not going to go out to dinner on Valentine's Day because that's going to be when it's the most crowded. Let's go to dinner.
And the most expensive.
Yeah, let's just not go to dinner on Valentine's Day. So tonight we're doing a birthday party instead. And funny, because we were going to go out to a dinner, a restaurant and local, and I called and they were like, we're not taking reservations. It's Valentine's Day. Like, it's walk-in only. I was like, fuck this. I'm not taking like 7 kids out to a restaurant. Pizza.
Other than
thanks.
McDonald's or Pizza a pizza parlor.
I don't want to go to
Why
McDonald's.
waste the money?
Many great birthdays were had at McDonald's in the 80s.
We had birthdays that you had.
That was a thing in the 80s.
I had a birthday party at McDonald's.
I'm sure everybody has it
What?
at least once in your life.
Okay, I have no memory of that.
Yeah.
Big 80s birthday party.
All right, let's get some news. There's a big renewal that announced this week. I know there was like some heat against the actor in the show, and we spoke about it a lot, but English Teacher, one of my favorite shows of the year, got picked up for a season 2.
Well, I guess all that didn't matter.
I know.
Whatever
I'm sorry to the actor,
controversy.
John, who came and approached me and said he was, sexually assaulted and harassed during filming, but it got picked up. So,
Okay.
Did you hear Apple's has a new 10-episode half-hour comedy with Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, which I am psyched about. It's a heartfelt, odd couple love story revolving around their strange and beautiful sibling-like bond. They're going to be playing like
themselves.
boys, like brothers.
Right.
In Texas, obviously.
That's cute.
What was your favorite commercial from the Super Bowl? Do you have any? You
no.
didn't see it. You saw nothing.
I actually the Hellman's Mayo with Billy Crystal and
Right.
that was cute.
That went viral.
But other than that, here's my. I remember we changed my Apple.
I went in this week and I did God's
Yes.
work.
Yes.
I went in. I got you on Hulu.
Yes.
I got you a Premium Plus.
Yes.
On Vicky.
So happy. But now I lost Apple.
Why?
Because something happened.
Mom, you can't lose Apple in this time.
I
Everything
know.
is Severance. Not that you were going to watch Severance. What
Right.
were you watching on Apple?
I just went to see what was on,
And it's gone.
And it just
So like, if I give you, I don't know how to get it on Apple.
No, I mean,
Thank God White Lotus isn't playing on Apple TV.
No, it's
Otherwise,
on
you'd be really
HBO?
screwed. Yes, Max.
Right.
Okay, so Lena Dunham has a new movie that she wrote called Good Sex, and Natalie Portman is going to star in it.
Oh.
Which I'm into.
and where's that supposed to be?
That is going to be a movie. I don't know
Oh,
if
you don't
it's
know
going to
if
be
it's
on
a-
like a streamer, And then I told Casey about this. Epiphany is going to be a movie with Casey's favorite, Bill Murray, Casey, and Kirsten Wiig, which I feel like is cute. Like that's a good
And where's that going to be?
duo. It's a movie. I mean,
So far.
you're asking. I'm announcing things that are so in development that they haven't landed at a streamer yet.
Right.
But this is about Kirsten Wiig, who plays a heiress and fashionista, which kind of now gives me Palm Spring vibes. But she's blown through her entire fortune and is forced to take up a challenge, marry a rich husband in 2 weeks or lose everything and end up in the street. And hence comes who?
Bill Murray.
Okay, here's one for HBO. Can't wait for this one. Ben Stiller,
Yes.
who I'm surprised is going back to acting because he's killing it as director on Severance, is going to be in something called The Band, which is an HBO dramedy about a scandal-ridden music mogul assembling, bump, 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 a boy band.
Oh.
Sound
so-
familiar?
Yes.
Lou.
Yes.
Right,
yes,
right,
yes.
right. Do you remember I told you I read the book All Fours? I read this book All Fours. It's kind of like about a woman in her 40s, a little bit midlife crisis, had some lesbian-ish.
And it's going to be, I know, I
Yes,
read something
it got
about
announced
that.
today that
Right.
it's going to be, it got acquired on Stars. Do you ever watch any? We don't have Stars.
I do have Stars.
What?
I have Stars.
What do you mean you have Stars?
I don't watch anything on it.
How do you have Stars?
I don't know.
Give
It's
me your passwords.
it's
on
the
cable.
yes.
All right. Well, if I would watch this show on Stars,
And did they say, is it coming out soon or are they
it
just
just
putting
acquired
it-
the rights. You know how
Oh,
long this shit
that's
takes.
going to take 4 years. Yeah.
No, I'm going to say a year and a half. Because once it goes, they spitfire. They go. You know what I mean? It's like go.
We'll see.
Because now it's announced.
Is
the
Lena
book is
Dunham,
hot.
isn't it? Will she be in it or she just
Mom,
wrote
this
it?
has nothing to do with Lena Dunham.
I'm
I
sorry.
mentioned Lena Dunham
right.
2
I
minutes
skipped-
ago.
okay.
This is a book called All Fours by Miranda July. There's been no star attached to it.
Okay.
But who could play a 40-something-year-old who goes a little gay? I'm just trying to think. Is it like an Anne Hathaway? Oh, she's been in a lot. She's going to be in the new Colleen Hoover movie. Like, who could play this? Any ideas?
Scarlett Johansson.
Is she 40?
What do you think she is?
38.
What do you think? She's 35?
38.
We doing this again?
Yeah.
How old is she?
38. No, Casey,
Oh.
how old is Scarlett? Scarlett would be good at this. Okay. All right, Fel.
If, you know,
Is she?
40 years old.
thank you.
All right. I think this woman is about mid-40s, but I'll take it. All right. I love it. This week, did you watch anything Korean?
No, because it's just catching up on shows that are dropped twice a week. So it's like a lot of catch up. I have not. But I did hear from our friend from
LA.
LA.
What'd she say?
She just was like, she's all
Our
into
correspondent.
right. And what she likes and what I like, and we
love that.
recommended stuff. And
So did she say anything that you don't already know about that you should
she
watch?
recommended some older thing. I don't know a lot of the older ones, and I can't watch something that's 40 episodes because I just can't. It's just too much.
It's too much.
Right. So my top limit is 30 episodes.
That's
a lot. Right. And you know what I usually do with 30 episodes?
Oh God, she fast forward.
Yes.
I don't know what
I
to say.
skip.
Felicia. We have a new segment that Lennon made up. Lennon made up the title of this segment. It's called Scamming Grammy. And it's like, who scammed you this week? And I think anybody with a parent above the age of 60 could relate to this. So this week, when I went to your house, you showed me an email from Netflix. What was Netflix asking you?
My password.
And I said, let's look at who this...
Right.
And you saved it. You were so nervous. I said, this is weird because I pay for your Netflix. Why are they asking for your password?
Right.
So I think older people get scammed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's call it Scamming Grammy.
Okay.
And every week we'll find out if you were scammed. So like this week I was scammed from a fucking Easy Pass text saying I didn't pay a toll. Complete wrong. It's a scam.
And other than
Scamming Grammy.
That's
than that-
funny, Casey.
and I know I can't be the only
Grammy getting
Yeah, right.
scammed.
I just get-
No, if you have a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, anybody above the age of
John
60
Hammond Scam Man.
that you want to write in and tell us about your scamming Grammy 1-800 scam.
Scam Gram.
don't believe
No, Mom,
anything.
it's don't trust anybody.
Don't trust anybody.
Don't
and
trust
don't believe
anybody.
anything. Yes. Yeah.
Oh God, this is an awful way that I'm gonna live. That's why it's like no Valentine's Day love, like all of it. I told
Makes my
Casey,
life easier.
I did tell Casey, do not get me flowers because we're going away.
And they
what a
die.
waste. Yes, but I don't mind a beautiful bouquet. I don't mind that, but we're going away.
Wait,
Stupid.
it is.
I said I would love a Legos bouquet. The Legos bouquet.
I
Right.
set Lennon up for success. I
did.
bought
There you go.
I bought Lennon a beautiful Lego flower kit. And I said,
Has
Lennon,
he started on it yet?
I gave him 2 weeks. I said, Lennon, just make sure this is done by Friday.
All right.
And he
Didn't
it's
fucking
not
do
done.
it.
It's not done.
Okay.
And was I disappointed in my son? Mm-hmm. I was.
He just needs to do better.
How do you teach your children? But I did make him this morning when he woke me up. He didn't wake me up, actually. It was a car. A car was making the strangest sound. And I go to Casey, what is that? And then I hear Lennon go, what is that? And Casey goes, what'd you say?
I think I rolled over and grunted. It's a fan belt.
It's the belt. Like I didn't understand it. So Lennon goes, what? What? Like, we didn't understand. What do you mean? Can you explain what the sound, like, what was that?
This is not an auto repair podcast.
Oh, right. We
There's
don't
a
want
loose belt for like the fan.
A
or
loose
the
belt, it was
alternator.
so-
I know what you're
screeching.
talking-
It was so
That had to be
noisy.
Do they even have new belts on new
I
cars?
don't know.
I think
And then the
it's-
car went
I don't know
away.
what car-
Right.
yeah.
And then Lennon's like, come into bed with me. I'm like, I just want to sleep. Okay. Let's get into uncircumcised gems. Okay, Felicia, I'm scared to hear that you probably watched nothing this week, but maybe things that I say, you'll be like, oh, I watched that. Look, she's grinning.
No, I did. No, just go ahead.
Okay. I watched after
On.
we recorded last week.
Yes.
We Live in Time with Andrew Garfield
Oh.
and Florence Pugh.
Yeah. But when you told me what happens, I said it's not for me.
Okay, what did I tell you happened?
I forget. But
Cancer's involved.
Yeah, I can't watch anything.
We
too
Live
sad.
in Time should be titled, what the fuck did you do with this timeline? Because this movie went back and forth. So it's like they're dating, they met, they're in love, they're married, they have a baby, back to dating, it was so back and forth, and it was like, it wasn't good in that sense. Sure, seeing Andrew,
It's
who
always a
I
good thing.
adore,
Right.
just adore, and Florence, who I haven't seen in that much. I never saw that movie that she did with Harry Styles. I never
Oh.
saw that with all that
I saw
Olivia
part
Wilde
of it.
drama.
Yeah. I just saw a little bit of it.
So I don't recommend this movie. I wrote, not great. Horrible timeline back. It was back and forth. And yes, it's sad. You go in
Obviously,
knowing
it's sad.
something's rough's going to happen.
Right.
This was rough. The show of the week.
Is
I forgot, Mom. I saw you this week and we watched
Oh.
it together. Okay. So I go into Felicia's Plainview apartment and I say, Mom, I'm on episode 4 of Apple Cider Vinegar.
Oh, right.
You should go watch it and start it. And what did Felicia do?
Well, you started. You got up to episode 3, and I sat down.
I think I was on episode 4.
Well, I thought we was.
I was on 4.
Oh, so it was 4, 5. So we had 3 more to go.
So we watched 3 episodes together,
and it was not even necessary to watch the beginning for me.
Okay, I loved this show. I thought Caitlin Dever, who plays the lead, she plays Belle Gibson, who was this. It's a true story, and I don't recall ever hearing about this true story because it took place in Australia.
Right.
Okay. And she fooled everybody and said she had cancer and got a ton of money and became a huge influencer, got a book. It's so wild that I deep dove later that night, Belle Gibson. And I found the 60 Minutes interview that she did that they literally replicate on the show.
Wow.
It's so crazy to me. Like, once you're caught, she wasn't like apologizing. She had no remorse. She literally like twisted it like, well, I thought I had cancer. Like, oh my God. Now, the way they shot this and edited it and the graphics were just done so on point. It was a great watch. I highly recommend this. Felicia, this is not vodka.
No.
Do you want it to be vodka?
Water. No.
Have a sip. Have a sip. It's water.
How do you?
Oh, Felicia doesn't know how to use the Awala. So you take a sip, and when you push, and when you take a sip like that, you look like a koala bear. That's why they call it the Awala.
Okay.
Do you want to see? Look.
No,
she doesn't. Look. Just look. I'm going to show Felicia. Take a picture, Casey. Look.
It's like having those breathing devices on.
Do you see how I look like a koala?
Yeah. Okay.
So, what did you like? What you saw?
Well, it's Dolce. It's not Dolce Villa. With Scott Foley.
Okay, but Felicia's like not listening. Hold on. I just said, did you like what you saw on Apple Cider Vinegar? You're moving on to the next one.
No. It was.
Wait, so you're telling me you watched La Dolce Villa movie on Netflix with Scott Foley?
Right.
Oh my God, Felicia, I'm so proud of you because I didn't.
It's just a very cute, sweet movie. It's nothing dramatic. Who doesn't love Scott Foley? Come on. And it took place in Italy, in a small town in Italy. I assume it really did take place there. It's a quick watch.
It gave me vibes of another movie that was, what was it?
And
I don't remember. There was something else.
Yes.
It was somebody who travels. What was it?
It was
Tuscan. What is this story?
No,
Scott Foley?
but I don't no, it's just his daughter goes to Italy. She's like kind of finding herself.
Is the daughter anybody famous?
No, I never saw her before.
Okay.
Really?
What was the length of this movie? Give me the TRT.
An hour and change.
An hour. Not an hour and a half?
An hour and change.
Oh, an hour and change.
An hour something. It wasn't like, it was an easy watch.
Oh, wow.
Pleasant, easy.
I feel like you halted my apple cider vinegar talk. I wanted to give Cancer more of, I just really like that show. But also this week, which is so fucking wild, how much Cancer's coming back.
I know, but there's something about
Scamanda.
Right.
That's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
And my friend Alyssa Farkas worked on it.
Oh.
2 episodes dropped. Scamanda was a podcast. Okay.
Right. From how many years ago?
Maybe 2-3 years ago. It was a podcast.
It made it sound like it was whatever show I'm talking about.
You're talking about another show about cancer?
I think so. Not cancer, being an Instagram influencer and lying and I didn't look at it because I can't do it.
Hold on. Which one is that?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember what
I need to know because Amanda's she lies about cancer.
Another one.
But also, what we just learned in episode 2, spoiler, is there's some drama with like her husband. And like she was kind of like this nanny for this woman and ends up like fully marrying
the husband.
Yeah. Like shady.
Yeah.
And I just read FX picked up a new show with Michelle Williams called Future's Dying something. And it's about Michelle Williams having cancer. And she realizes she has cancer. She's going to die. So she's just going to probably like live a promiscuous life. And that was also based on a podcast.
Wow.
So cancer's having a moment. I don't know. It's really fucking
terrible moment.
A terrible moment. It's really fucking disturbing. All these girls, these scam artists, these con artists that can lie, get away with it.
Right.
Now, if I see an influencer or if I see somebody posting like a GoFundMe page, never have I given money.
Ever
to anybody like that.
Right.
I only give money to people I know. You know what I mean? Like no.
Yes.
Shade.
It is shady. It's awful.
Shady.
Right.
I did something else that no one's going to believe that I watched. One night this week, Casey had band. And I went onto Netflix, and Mom, on the top 10 was something called Surviving Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, but wasn't there a movie, Black Hawk Down? There was, with
Ridley Scott directed it.
Right.
And Ridley Scott also directed this. And I was
it's
like,
the same.
But Black Hawk Down was scripted.
Yes.
This is like the unscripted story. And Mom, all I kept thinking is, wow, I think Daddy would really be into this. This is like,
So it's like a war thing.
beyond war. So I don't mind a war movie, but like there was something about this that like really drew me in, and it was only 3 episodes, okay? This was the most real and intense war film I had ever seen because
It was real.
it's real. Now, a lot of the footage, though, was reenactments, but it didn't feel like it was reenactments. And a lot of the footage was from a cameraman in Somalia.
Okay.
So all that footage is real.
It's real, right.
Now, I don't remember this happening. This was in 1993. I don't remember this war between America and like Somalia. I don't remember this.
Well, I don't know if it was it was a whole bunch of. I mean, it was
But
Somalia.
this
particular thing was
was
definitely America.
insane. And
Yeah.
they interviewed the guys that survived.
Right.
So you're seeing these men talk about it. And then they interviewed the Somalians. They interviewing women, like a woman who literally gave birth, and then like Americans like rushed into her home to hide. And she thought like she was going to die. And then the Somalians came to her house and they were like, we're going to kill you if you don't give up these Americans. Like they got access
Wow.
to like the militia.
Right.
And these men look so fucking scary, but you also hear their side and you see their side, how literally the Americans were like shooting up their shit. Like,
But why did they come into Somalia in the first place?
America was in there to help them because this was when like they were famished and they were
Right.
hungry. And then something happened where the warlord was
Yes.
stealing money, like stealing aid
As
money.
they-
Do you
as
remember
they-
this?
as they
Because
al- as they
but you're
always
closing
do.
your eyes like you're recalling
No,
this.
I'm trying to. Yeah, because that's what.
And then Clinton said, take him out. Okay.
Right.
So then they were on the mission to just take the warlord out. And then
But it gets messy.
It gets messy. They go to shoot up, let's say, his house or
Right.
his people.
Right.
And then they start shooting other people. And then they start
just-
shooting other people.
it
and then
becomes a hot mess.
The Somalians are like, fuck this. We're going to kill you. But you guys, I recommend watching this. It was mind blowing. It felt like you were in it. But they were getting so shut up that when another helicopter went down, they were like, oh, fuck, this just turned into a rescue mission. Now we got to rescue our guys.
Right.
And they're very into, obviously, you don't leave any men there.
No,
even if
never
they're
leave
dead.
anybody behind. Yeah.
And there was somebody left behind, okay? This is so wild. And there's footage of him. And they dragged, and he was dead. And they dragged his body
They get it
through
back?
it. I'm sure they must.
They
it
try
was-
very hard to get back.
There was footage. They took one guy hostage, and there's footage of that. Like the footage was just. I remember seeing the movie. I'm pretty sure I saw the movie with you guys in the movie theater, but I didn't remember it. But the fact that like Ridley Scott is also behind this was just like, oh, this is like legit. So if
Okay.
you're a
I'll
guy
give it
or if you're a girl,
what are they, an hour show, each an hour. So
and so Casey comes in. I
did
go,
you
listen,
like it?
Casey, I watched episode 1. I mean, what do you need to know? Just
Right.
start watching. What did you think, Casey?
I mean, I came in late, but I knew the story. It was
Right.
heavy. It was
It was
really
very
heavy.
heavy.
I did think it was an interesting choice to interview the Somalians. 'Cause,
Yeah, it was really wild. And that was obviously all
you
subtitled.
have to be very closed off to not feel
You felt
what's the
really
word?
bad.
Empathy, I guess, for
Yeah.
them. Because these people are just living their lives and it's like women, children were just getting
Yeah,
shot
but it's the
up.
warlords, and they also recruited children. They took all the boys and handed them guns.
They did.
Right.
And
But
Absolutely.
these women were still just raising children and like
Oh,
getting
yeah,
shot in the
yeah,
streets.
absolutely. But
so
they-
like there's like I guess it goes back to what I always say that there's like in certain situations it's just messy and there's not always a clear cut.
No, there isn't. Nothing's clear.
And these
cut.
guys full on admitted they're like we were indiscriminately shooting people because we were like we were triggered because we watched our buddies die. So they were just and this is what these guys were willing to admit on camera. They were indiscriminately just mowing people down. Because like this like
Doesn't
these
that
things-
happen? But
they
doesn't
see
that
red.
happen? Doesn't that happen in every war?
It's tricky because like you're also like holding innocent people accountable for the actions of
other
their
people.
leadership, right?
Right.
Like we do a lot of shady shit that a lot of people in other parts of the world would look at and be like, they would
Like,
hate
hey.
they would hate us for. So should we be
and they do.
Should we be held accountable for the actions of our government when we
Didn't
don't
that happen?
when we don't
What do you
agree with
think-
what they're
why do you
doing?
think 9/11 happened?
Well, now we're getting a little deep.
And what about all these guys that are on there? They might have backgrounds where their families were born in Afghanistan or wherever, but they are now indoctrinated because they've seen the ravages online, and they're
People would argue that our military is indoctrinated, though, because these people will just follow orders, whether it's morally correct or not.
Well, that's the guy said. I'm taking orders.
He's like, I'm not here to do what's right or wrong.
Right.
I'm just here to take
That's
orders.
right.
But the guy that was held hostage, and they had footage of him, you know, they interviewed him. They find him, and you see, like, some of these men actually didn't age poorly. They aged well, but this guy looked like he'd been through it.
I guess that was what the heavy thing is like it really showed like an individual perspective of like something that I'm sure our news showed us as like, these were the bad guys, we're the good guys,
well,
yada, yada.
Slanted.
Well, it's always slanted. And I think that's
why
part
I
of
thought
the
this was
propaganda
interesting.
machine
And
of
there's
war.
always backroom deals.
But that's why
that we'll
don't
never
trust anybody.
find out.
That's why I like this documentary, because you heard from these women.
It was very layered.
And the militia who were just
that's
like,
there
scary
should be an
looking.
honest explanation of
They
war.
were scary.
These guys were scary.
Where'd they get their guns
looking.
from? Did they say?
Did they say where they got their guns from? No.
Probably.
Well, that's the thing is when you look. Well, that's the thing, right? You look back on where a lot of these militias are funded. It's not just. I mean, we funded certain militias. Like
we did. Whatever benefited us.
And that's the thing is there's just it's always so like it's all gross.
It is all gross.
Hug your loved ones.
It is gross.
Hug your but the war doc was not on my bingo card this week. Crazy that I watched that.
Right.
I'm assuming you watched Paradise because I got you back.
Yes. I've got. And
I mean, think about this. In Paradise, what's the one of the flashbacks, and he said, I can't imagine these powerful people not having guns. And she was like, oh, I know where the guns are.
there you go.
Yeah, like everybody, you
But
need
we
guns.
still don't know, and I'm dying. Was it the whole world, or was it just America? What that was?
that was like taken down.
And we don't know.
I did appreciate the backstory with James Marsden, because now he's likable, because he seemed like this is not what he wanted to get into.
God, his father.
Yeah.
Like.
But I will have to say, he's the most chiseled alcoholic I've ever seen. A man that drinks like he does.
Should not look
His
that
body,
way. Yeah.
his face is just glorious.
Now something's going to happen between the president, the son, and Sterling and the daughter.
Right. That's
They got to
obvious.
get her out.
They got to get her
Or
out.
somewhere. It left where he said, pack your bags, we have to leave.
Right. Because
where they're
because,
leaving,
because I think now
she saw something.
Hold on. The daughter saw something?
Yes. She saw
daughter
something.
saw something?
She was hiding and she saw something. You'll see.
I don't recall this.
All right.
Sometimes when you watch a lot of things
I know it
start
all blends.
getting-
I know it all blends.
Like, who
That's
said
what
this
happens.
gun? What?
It all blends
But
in.
I'm wondering if Sinatra now knows that he's onto something, and I think he's next to kill him. Right?
Who's Sinatra?
The woman, the fucking tech billionaire.
Yeah.
He's next to get killed.
Right.
So that's why I think he's saying, that's why he said,
But I
pack
don't know
your
where they're
bags.
going to go.
But that's why he said, pack your bags.
Maybe.
Right?
We'll find
and
out.
And now he knows, did he find out that there's life?
He knows there's something. Oh, I know what he did. At the very end, he got this neighbor because he.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with the neighbor?
I don't know what he does, and he said what he does, but I don't recall. And he wrote something across the sky.
The neighbor did it.
Right,
Yes.
right. Don't
Which
believe
they're lying. Like they're lying to you.
Right.
Right.
So
And they are lying because there's
They
life,
are.
which is now giving me vibes of Silo. This
Yes.
show has Silo vibes because it's like, oh, when they escape the silo, oh, do you live? Is there life out of the silo? Guess who started watching Silo?
who?
Casey.
Oh, he never watched it before.
Now she watched it without me.
Casey's had time, and I caught him in bed watching Silo, and I was happy for him. But
I'm in here.
he was like, this isn't that. I was like, it's not. I don't think it's that
good.
good.
I love the
I don't think it's that good either.
I like
You
the
didn't watch it.
I like the
I did
concept
watch
a lot.
some. I did watch a few episodes.
Oh.
I did. I just
Really feels very For All Mankind to me. Like
See, I did
it's
too,
very
For All Mankind.
similar, and it's
which
like,
one?
For All Mankind.
Where
The
it's
one
an
that's
interesting,
NASA.
it's an
A
interesting
little bit like
concept,
The
and then they
Dome.
go down
Hold on.
these like little rabbit holes of sub stories. Within the interesting concept.
What are you talking about? The
I
dome.
said there was a show called The Dome a few years ago where they're under like a bubble.
What?
It doesn't matter.
No, with who? This is
Marni
so
was a while
interesting.
ago. I'd have to look it up. I can't remember.
Felicia,
I liked it.
do you ever do you know what this is? It's called a computer.
It is? I just don't have the patience.
It's called Under the Dome.
the
Sci-fi
Dome.
2013.
Okay, so that's over 10 years ago.
Stephen King.
There you go.
I don't remember this.
And who was-
Oh,
did it
Dean
say-
Norris. Oh, Leanne Rimes' ex-husband, who is a piece of shit. I think he
okay,
cheated.
well.
Natalie Martinez was in it.
Okay.
Garrett's friend.
Yeah.
Wild. Rochelle, did I? It's coming back to me. Okay, so they were hiding.
Right.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, Paradise is really delivering. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh, I love it.
Karen now is
Karen loves
watching
it.
it.
She's totally watching it. She got
She got who? She got it.
Hulu for her Florida place.
Okay, thank God.
One of her children gave it to her.
Thank God.
And
It's amazing. This is the show I'm telling everybody to watch if you're not
my
watching
friend
Severance.
that I met on my trip to Greece, Kathy.
Yep.
She didn't. I don't know why it's taking her a little while to get into it. She says to me she's not overwhelmed.
She was the one who
Yes.
got into that awful
I know.
show that killed everybody.
I know, Kathy, I love you. Thank you for letting me know all these things. And I love when you
What?
keep. I go, give it a chance. Give it a chance. But
Paradise hooks you immediately. The
Immediately.
pilot got me.
yeah, me too. But the other one, what was it? American Primeval.
I'm so impressed that you remember
I
that
know.
title
I
because it was
just could
that
not-
show. How did she watch that and
I
not
know.
Paradise?
She and her friends loved it.
Wow.
Right.
What are they drinking?
I don't know.
What's the Kool-Aid
or
in
what are they
Maryland?
smoking?
Oh, Felicia. What are they smoking?
Oh,
Can that
God.
be the title of the episode? All right, so I texted you yesterday and you did not write me back.
What did I? Okay.
I texted you a screenshot of the poster for Bridget Jones.
Yeah.
You didn't write me back. I'm not going to watch it.
I didn't know I should write you back because it was like, oh, I can't, and I just let it
But,
go.
like, you can-
I let it go.
She ghosted me.
I ghosted you.
Mom,
I
this
didn't
movie.
listen to me.
You didn't like one or two?
I did. I'm not a fan of her. Nothing to do with her. I'm just not a fan. Nothing she did. I just don't.
Renee Zellweger goes back to Empire Records. How are you not a fan?
Well, maybe at Empire Records it was a different storyline, but it's a different story. It's like enough already.
Mom, I got to tell you
I
something.
know she's playing a mother, and I know
She's
she
playing
has a
Bridget
son.
Jones.
She's playing Bridget Jones.
I watched it.
Who-
I watched it.
It's out already.
That's why I texted you. It came out yesterday on Peacock. On Peacock, and I watched it
Is it
last
a
night.
movie
It's a
or-
movie, and it's Mom. I went in
And
thinking this
did
is
we
gonna
like?
Mom, I thought it was amazing.
Really?
Like, would I watch it again? Maybe. And I was like, am I ridiculous that I thought this was good? Then I was like, let me read the reviews. Great reviews.
Okay.
Great,
as long
great
as
reviews.
it's not
Mom,
episodes.
It's a movie, and
Yes.
it's literally in line with all the previous Bridget Jones. I laughed. I could have cried. I could have cried. It was sad. It was funny. In the previews, we know her husband, Mr. Darcy Colin Firth, dies. We see him in some flashbacks.
Right. Because I know he's in it. So I was
My
okay.
only note about this movie is it's called Bridget Jones About a Boy. And you
Right.
think it's going to be all about her having this like love affair with this younger guy.
No, I kept thinking it was about her son.
You thought About a Boy is about her son, but she also has a daughter.
Well,
But you're right. It was about a boy. But then the movie poster shouldn't be her with Leo Woodall from White Lotus, who's everywhere. And the movie's not really about that. The movie, you're right. It's about her son. It's about her. It's about grieving. It's about how do you move on? How do you know you're going to be okay when you lose a fucking parent or your husband?
right. Or
But
child. Ooh,
yeah,
child is the
well,
worst.
no, we're not
Right,
there. So, but she was fucking funny. Like I laughed.
Okay.
She was the Bridget Jones we all knew and loved. I remember
Was that 20 years ago?
really liking Bridget Jones.
I liked it at the time, but I now, okay.
Was
I'll give it a
Bridget
shot.
Jones 20 years? Mom,
Now-
you're going to give it a shot?
Now that you're saying it's as long as it's not episodes.
No.
Because sometimes I just lose interest. Let me just have a movie that I can just sit and watch.
Yeah, it was the first one. Wow, was in 2001. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Yes, it is.
And look, guess how old she is? And we don't need Casey for this.
50 something.
She's 55.
Thank you.
She's dating this guy, Ant Arstead, who was like a TV. Oh, look at your
And
face.
he
Was like on
music?
HGTV.
Wasn't he?
He's like he had a show on HGTV. He was married to Christina Hall, who had a show. And they're like fully dating.
Oh.
You know who's also in the movie?
Oh.
Do you know who Nico Parker is? She plays like their babysitter nanny. That's Thandie Newton's daughter.
Oh.
Also, can I give a moment to Hugh Grant?
Was he there? Was he on?
Was he there?
Oh,
He
okay.
was there.
I see him a lot now.
He
He's
was
pushing
in it, and he was great. He's still fucking handsome. He's
Yes,
pushing
he
it,
is.
but damn, he looked good.
But he's
and he's
also-
still playing the same character.
He's kind of a curmudgeon.
No, but he's a player.
Yeah,
he's a player.
right?
He's
And who
hitting on
doesn't
everybody.
Really, yeah,
but he's
got a
still.
few, he's got a kid with Elizabeth Hurley. She was a model, I think. I'm thinking all
Does
these
he
things.
have a kid with
He's got a few
Elizabeth
kids, I
Hurley?
think.
Good for him.
Whatever.
But he plays off the fact that like they had sex together. They had sex once, him and Bridget. I really like this movie. I think this is a great movie to watch over the break. It's a holiday weekend for many. Some
Right.
people have off a whole week.
Right.
So I really, shockingly, I was like, damn, this is good. And there was a point where I wanted to cry.
Oh,
There was a
I will.
point.
Now that
Maybe I
I
was
know,
sad.
Now that I know it's a movie, I will.
What did you think it was, a series?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Everything's in a series. Like episodes. I can't.
Let's discuss what we're watching this weekend. It's a big weekend. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
There's a big weekend of watching, and it's a big weekend of SNL.
Yes.
Do you know?
Oh, absolutely. Sunday.
Tonight.
What's tonight?
Tonight is the homecoming concert that is fucking 3 hours. This is great. This is great. Let's throw it on and let's have it in the background. Okay. Then Saturday night, there's a red carpet and then the anniversary special with every celebrity under the sun.
Now tonight with when you
Jimmy Fallon's hosting a music, like a concert at Radio City.
Oh, and who's in it?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Like all big, huge musical guests.
And this is
You're going to like
I'm
it.
assuming it's all NBC.
It's NBC and Peacock.
Well,
okay, mama?
Yeah. Did you ever get to watch the Saturday night? What I said was all the music we did.
Mom,
Just remind
I'm
me.
so sorry. We did an entire segment on it
know, I
on
loved
a
it.
podcast
I loved it.
that
Okay.
you're on.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you remember how shocked and how amazing I loved it?
I loved it too.
And then I downloaded the series that they have, which is behind the scenes stories, and I never got to watch it.
Right.
But I want to watch it.
it was very good.
Yellow Jackets is back.
I saw that it was back.
But I never
watched
it. I did, and
I know you did.
I'll give it a shot. I don't know. I'm kind of over the like eating people. Like I like seeing them survive. I love like the flashbacks.
They have to know when to stop.
I mean,
They have to know.
you
We
stop.
did 2 seasons. Let's
you stop when you eat everybody, and then there's no one to live.
love it.
White Lotus this weekend.
Yes, I know that.
And we got to figure out how we're going to watch that one in a house full of like 16 people. We've got this movie on Netflix. No, it's a series with Connie Britton and Robert De Niro. 0 Day. It's a
Right.
series.
With Robert De Niro.
and Connie Britton.
yes.
And I saw the trailer. It looks amazing.
Yes.
Do you know where it's on? I thought it's a series. It's on Netflix.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have like I have things that I check off as I see that.
Oh,
this
like
is
you
coming
you
next
say like
week.
remind me.
Remind me.
You
yes,
like it.
yes.
That's really
Or
good.
let me give it a shot or whatever. And that looked, and I couldn't tell if that was a movie or
It's a series, I said. Series.
Okay, episode. Okay,
It's a thriller series. So are you going to watch it now that you know it's a series?
I'll see.
I mean,
you know,
did
I'll give it a
Paradise,
shot.
and
Yeah.
that's weekly. This, I bet,
Yeah.
is going to drop. This is going to probably be a binger.
And when was that coming? Tonight or tomorrow?
That's the 20th. So may I make a recommendation?
Sunday.
No.
No, it's not Sunday. Is it
midweek.
when I'm it's when
No,
I'm
what I'm
leaving.
telling you.
Yeah.
What day do you leave?
The 19th, which
Fuck. I was going to say you should download it and watch it on the
is
plane.
can't even do that.
Okay, Felicia. Casey, I have something that I'm not going to watch without you because this screams Casey Ellis. On the 20th, there's a documentary coming out on Hulu called Memes and Nightmares.
Give it to me.
I was like, this screams Casey. Also, next week, Mom, you won't be with us. So Casey is going to step in and we're going to be zooming in with pod friend / pod podcast host Dan Brown to discuss Oscar predictions.
After reviewing everybody's submissions, demo reels, and resumes,
Right. Oh, that's
we decided that I'm the man for the job.
Well, we're going with Dan because Dan has seen most of the Oscar movies. I only have 3 left. I don't think I'm going to ever watch Dune. That was
I
nominated.
saw that.
You saw the Dune that's nominated? Because I
Yes.
thought it was the Dune 2.
What is it? Dune 3?
No, I thought it was like the sequel to Dune that was nominated. Did you watch Dune,
Dune
2?
and Duner.
Yes, I like the original Dune
Okay.
from a few years.
But I have to watch
Dune.
Nickel Boys and I have to watch The Brutalist.
Now, The Brutalist, by the way, is over 3 hours.
I know.
Ugh.
But I
Killer.
heard it was really good. And I do like Adrian Brody. And isn't
I
it
don't know.
about
I
a
can't sit
Jew?
through- I
Isn't
can't
it
sit-
about somebody Jewish?
I assume so, but I cannot.
Do assume so.
I cannot watch another over 3 hour movie. And I heard there was a break. Like if you went into the
fuck,
theater,
I
that they had like an
understand
intermission,
what the break
which
means.
means that's a really long
Punisher.
movie.
So I might not do it. But I just want to say, what do they say in French? Au revoir?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Have an
Au
amazing
revoir.
trip. Bon voyage.
Bon voyage.
Are you going to
Au
bring me back
revoir.
something? Like, don't they say to go shopping because the taxes or something?
Something, but
Come on. You're going to buy me a little handbag? I don't do handbags. You're going to buy me like, I don't know. What can
but
you
you
get
don't
me?
wear belts.
I actually
And I'm not gonna buy you-
I need a belt. I don't have a nice black belt. I would go for a belt.
And I am not
belt?
buying a scarf because that's
Fuck
a
scarves.
waste of money.
Beret?
I would love a belt. I would love like a funky hoodie.
baguette?
A hoodie. Have fun, Felicia. We will miss you so much. Take lots of photos. I love
know.
you. I'm going to miss you so much. What are we going to do without you? All
Very weird.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Marni.
Mwah.
Love you.
My Felicia, bye Felicia.